Dear sisters, my fiancé is a mommy's boy. I didn't have a problem with it, but now I think it's necessary that I get worried. My fiancé's mom complains about everything I do, including the food I cook for her son. She will throw my food away and cook something else for him because she claims my food tastes bad. Wow. I respect her so much that I don't want to disrespect her in any way. Last week, she threw a lot of light soup I had prepared for my fiancé, and that really, really, really got me. Doesn't she want her son to get married? Or what exactly is the issue with me? I have done everything possible to get her to like me and appreciate everything and anything I do, but to no avail. I'm worried she might pollute my fiancé's mind about me. I love Pakwesi, and I'm not willing to lose him to anyone. What should I do about my situation? Should I ask for a meeting with my fiancé's mother, or should I speak to my fiancé about the situation? I am confused and worried. I can't lose my one and only man that I have been with for 1.5 years. Sisters, help me. What should I do? Mommy's boy, mommy's problem.
The only person she has an issue with is her fiancé. If she cannot get through to her fiancé, first of all, the story is inconclusive. In that, where does she live with her fiancé? Where is this woman coming into the equation? Does she live with them as well in the same house? Now, if your fiancé is not saying anything about this, then this is not somebody you want to really...
No, she said, should she tell the fiancé? The fiancé doesn't even know. He said, should I tell him?
Should I ask for a meeting with my fiancé's mother, or should I speak to my fiancé about this situation?
But the fiancé, the point of having a man around you is for him to also protect you. It's part of him being a man. That's his role as a man. And these are some of the people he should be protecting you against. And if he's not doing that, and you have also not communicated what is going on to him at this point, then I think you've not done the basic work for us to even come in. Because if he doesn't know, then the onus is lying on you to discuss with him what exactly his mother is doing. Then now, if he doesn't defend you, then there is a problem. But at this point, the picture is as though he is unaware of what is happening.
But truly, how is he unaware?
Exactly.
And how long has this been going on for?
And how long has this been going on for? And if you call him a mommy's boy, then it means he knows certain things. Or he kowtows to certain things that his mother does that he shouldn't be kowtowing to. Therefore, there are already signs that this is not going to end well. These are the situations that end in tears.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, so basically you can see the red flag.
Exactly. These are pure red flags. These are like blooming tomato red right there.
Like my lips.
Exactly, like Rosie's lips. And I think the opportunity is ripe and perfect for her to run. But then again, she's talking about love. She should be prepared if she's going forward, that these are some of the issues she's going to face moving forward. And these are some of the issues that if the man gets an accident, if the man falls sick, you're on your own, darling.
All right, so before I let any of the ladies come, I actually heard you, agreeing to what she said. But right now you're a man. And let's talk about men being, mommy's boys. What do you think about this story in conjunction with him being a mommy's boy?
Well, first of all, I would say the guy's mom is insecure.
Yes.
In the sense that he's in fear that he'll lose his son.
Yeah.
Note that definitely one day your son will grow and leave your home. So try and support the lady who is in this picture. And if the guy is also saying that he doesn't know, I think there's, like you're saying,
a question mark, yeah.
Because my girlfriend prepares soup for me in the house. I see her preparing the soup. Then the next moment, the soup is not in that pot, and it's a different soup. I mean, you should ask questions.
Yeah.
So the guy should man up,
Yeah.
and then try and do the lady some good.
Right.
To play the devil's advocate, maybe truly the soup may not be exactly, but who knows?
You learn.
You learn, exactly. The mother should be willing to teach
help.
this person.
Yeah.
But then again, as a parent, sometimes I can understand how it feels to watch. I can understand those women who behave like that, but again, women need to be matured about some of these things, because a lot of women,
if your father did not allow you, would you have had your children?
Exactly. A lot of women are very hang on. A lot of women are very attached to their sons, especially, and I think especially when the man, exactly, or when he's the only son, or when there has not been a man in the house and she's been the only caretaker of this boy for the longest time. Sometimes they tend to become very overprotective. Sometimes we need to look at issues from, you know, a holistic point of view. You know, what attitude has this girl shown? Because look, then again, I'm playing the devil's advocate, so I may go around a bit in circles. Then again, this woman is a very pivotal person in the man's life. So you cannot go around her in any way but to be nice to her.
I think so.
Women need to understand that also. When you go into a man's life,
she has been nice.
Yes.
She's tried.
Yes. And they are the people you cannot do anything. You cannot kill. You cannot do anything. So you need to keep being nice, and your problem is the man. But for that woman, you need to forever be nice. Till her dying day, you have to be nice.
And you know, for this story it's I don't know, it hits me in the sense that I'm a woman. Right? And I'm also a woman that has just one son.
Yes.
So and I'm thinking here, how would I feel if I was the lady? And also I'm thinking, how would I feel if I'm the mother?
Exactly. That's why I played it in two different ways.
I think this is when I always say women can sometimes be our own enemies.
Thank you.
It's so difficult. I find it very difficult when I hear mothers-in-laws making the lives of their incoming or intimate daughter-in-laws or their daughter. I don't get it. Why would you do that to a fellow woman?
Like I always, for me, let me add to what you're just saying, right? I think these women are usually very lonely people.
Yes.
And that's why
they spend their whole life
and that's why I always advise women, yes, you want to be the one that looks good and taking care of the children and doing everything.
But live your life.
Live your life. Like I believe in living your life. Maybe you were divorced, find another person. Find something that makes you happy, you understand?
You know, you're talking about being lonely. Why don't you see the positive side of this? Now you could have two instead of one.
Right.
So before you are getting your comfort from your son, now he's brought another lovely woman into your lives.
Sometimes
why
lovely.
Don't you embrace this person? You know, you say sometimes lovely. Until you open up to someone, you can never tell whether they are lovely or not. And lovely is relative. We sometimes have this perceptive, preformed perception about people, and it blocks, it blurs our vision from seeing truly who they are. So we say, oh, she's not lovely. Why? Because you've probably not know them close to her. It could be just one thing. Recently, I was listening to Ben, and I think he was talking about things you could change and things you cannot change. He was talking about, I think, hiring people, and I think he was talking about attitude and something like that. So when you
like one is what you can do,
one you can change, one you cannot.
Yeah, one you can change.
Usually, when we are dealing with people, we struggle to find the balance or the difference between things we can change about people and things we cannot. You can't change people's characteristics. You can't tell me to be as tall as Christabel, like if I'm short. That is something you have to learn to compromise or deal with. So if I'm home with you and we need to pick something from the top, guy, we need to step on a chair or a table to pick it up. You can't say my daughter-in-law is not tall, so whatever. You can't change that. However, if I'm rude, you can teach me, you can nurture me. People build up or pick certain attitude or behavior because of their environment.
Right.
The society they grew up in, the home they grew up in. So there are things you could change. I'll use myself as a typical example. So I was dating this guy and I was very quick to react. Anything like he kept telling me, so he used to say jokingly, hey, what's it on China attack? On China attack. So anytime I got upset, he was like, hey, madam, you know, attack. Checking me, I'm angry. And he kept prompting me. It was his way of prompting me. I got to a point that I wasn't always getting upset about everything because I became aware of what I was doing. And this was not something I did because I enjoyed doing it. It's because probably like I grew up to all this loud noise, screaming, stop. So it was just my way.
So you thought it was normal?
Yeah, voicing out my frustration. But he told me, no, you don't always have to scream out your frustration. Sometimes just take a deep breath and tell people how you feel. There's no ways that you need to even react. Sometimes just sit back and analyze or be objective about the thing. You even realize that you didn't even need to react. So you see, you try to teach people, you try to nurture them. So as the mother, I think she shouldn't feel like, oh, she's taking my son away. Try and find a way to bring your daughter around. This food you are talking about, some people don't like salt. So the food might be good, but it just lacks a little bit of salt.
Right.
So this way you eat the food and next time, sweetie, can we add just a pinch of salt to this? It's then, you know, you start getting her to understand your taste bud or how you perceive food to be good. So I feel like these are things we can always navigate.
Then again,
But you see, I think
she's
I
not
haven't
cooking for
spoken yet.
her.
I haven't spoken yet.
No, does she live in the house?
You know what?
If she
Let
does,
Rosie
then she'll
speak here.
Let's listen to
You see, number one, all what she said, there's this phrase or this sentence I've been making on the show that whatever you fear to lose, eventually you will lose.
you will lose.
When you fear, because she said she cannot lose, she cannot see herself, she cannot. The moment you fear to do something, you will lose it. Because the fear of losing the thing drives you to do unreasonable compromises. And then one day you wake up one morning and say, no. That is if you don't lose your sanity before then. We're going to tell you, this is not for me. And then, papa, you lose it, you go. Or the thing would even leave you. Now, you describe him as a mama's boy. Even if you haven't told him, I'm sure his mother has told him that kind of food that woman has been cooking for you, and he hasn't said anything about it. If he's a mama's boy, the mother will tell him that that girl that you brought to the house has prepared something. Hey, I prepared something better. Make sure you don't eat her food. And prepare her own and come and serve you. So at the end of the day, you see, the man himself is still taking breast milk. He is not grown.
Yeah.
He is still taking breast milk. And I believe that you as a woman, you need to get to this, because the way she's talking, I don't sense any rudeness between her and the mother-in-law. Because she cooks, she throws it away, they don't argue. She just keeps cooking, hoping that one day it would actually stay on the table.
As per the story.
As per the story, it will stay on the table. So I don't sense any form of aberration between her and the mother-in-law. But I just see, like you rightly said, a woman who is insecure about being alone and thinks that another woman is come to enjoy her son. Look, that meme was going, you suckle at the breast for 9 months. He's going to suckle at another breast for life. You know, and there are certain services as a mother you can't perform for this man, and these are needed bedroom, intimate, romantic services. You can't perform that service for this man. There are so many things you can, like, even the mother loves a child. I mean, there's a limit to what you can do. You do to a point, and somebody else takes over and carries on.
Yeah.
So I think that all this, like Sicho said, is resting on the man.
Yes.
When you bring a woman into your life, you have to justify to the people you care about.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Why this woman is,
Your choice.
must be in your life.
Yes.
Truth.
So there are times when you bring a man, people are questioning about this man, what does he do?
Yeah.
Or this woman, what does she do? No, our family people, we like people who are fair. We like people who are dark. We like people who are tall. We like people who do this. You
like
are
Ewe
supposed
people.
to step in. We like Ewe people, we like Ghana people, we like
justify.
Akan people. You have to step in and say, Mommy, this woman is different.
Yeah.
And this is
There
my choice,
are
yeah.
good stories
Yeah.
about the woman that you use these stories to sell to your mother that listen, I've dated several girls, I've dated 1 or 2 girls, but this lady stands tall.
Unique. Yeah.
Because she did this, she did that, she did that, and for which reason, this is my choice. But I know that when you look at her, she doesn't look all that. But if you allow yourself to love her,
Yeah.
in the beginning, and who is that? Is she come to? And as much as possible, bring you and her and your mother into the same space.
Thank you.
And let your mom know that, look, mommy, I'm not leaving you. I'm still with you.
Yes.
My girlfriend actually adores you and would want to be in your space. So not like every day, be a morning up, but once in a while, bring your wife, your girlfriend along, spend some time with your mother so that that jinx can be broken. And if the lady has a game on, gradually this woman will warm up to her. There are families where the women come and then the in-laws are like, no, this girl like we don't like girls who are like this, girls from this tribe, the way she talks. Hey, look at the car she drives, she'll be arrogant, she'll be this. But they get to know the lady and they realize that this lady is down to earth. She's nice, she's responsible, she's actually homely, she can do this. And most importantly, the lady even respects the in-laws. Sometimes some people feel like once the lady gets the man, that'll be the end of it. Don't be visiting her, don't be paying attention to her. So my dear, I think that conversation you say you haven't had with your boyfriend yet, you need to have that conversation with your boyfriend. Sit down with him and let him know that this is what has been going on. I don't want you to assume, even though I know that the mother may be telling him, I don't want you to assume that he knows. Because assumption makes an of you and me. Makes an ass of you and me. That's what assumption, that's what assume is. So don't assume that he knows. Speak to him. Let him know that you love him very much and you have no problem with him, but you've realized that increasingly, anytime you cook, your mother tends to discard your food and cook her own food for you. You don't know why. But in as much as you love his mother, that action makes you feel less of a woman yourself. If there's something about my cooking that you don't like, you can let me know.
Let me know.
So that I can,
adjust.
You see, sometimes food, look, there are times when my husband will come and say, Charlie, this jollof is nice, it's nice. I'll eat and like, what is so... Then there are sometimes too, you cook something like, Charlie, this thing, Charlie, when he comes, and my husband, he doesn't hide it, so he'll come and say, oh, this one, Rosie, this one 3/10. Then there are times I do some thing. Hey, I like this thing. You come and wake up at 10 p.m., do the same thing for me. And you're like, so taste is relative.
Exactly.
So the mother may think she is doing the best, but the woman too may be doing the best. And food is usually an acquired taste. There are certain meals that somebody like, oh, this is good food. Me, I can't even bring myself to taste it. Because mentally, I can't even imagine putting that food in my mouth. I eat chicken head. I can't imagine ingesting chicken head. Somebody to say that's a delicacy in their home because that's how they were brought up. So at the end of the day, I'm thinking that, look, when you want to marry a woman, to mature, is to learn how to enjoy your wife's food, gradually make loving comments about how you need X more or Y more, compliment her the days that she gets it absolutely right, and the days that she doesn't get it right, because you compliment her when she gets it right, and you tell her, well, this is maybe a bit of salt, maybe a little bit of pepper, oh, me, I don't like pepper too much, or something, you realize that she would also take the criticism okay because it's balanced. So I think that your problem, like Sicho said, is with the man, but until you tell him what the problem is, and please, this statement that I don't want to lose him, after 1.5 years, you don't want to lose him, I beg you, don't be afraid to lose somebody. When you're afraid to lose somebody, you will lose the person.
You'll compromise on
Be
yourself.
willing to work on the relationship, but don't be afraid to lose it. When it gets to a point where it's too much for you to take, feel free to walk away. Sometimes, until you walk away, you will not experience something better.
Exactly. And to reiterate a certain point that she said, which is crucial to all our relationships in this world, is I always tell people that if anybody can look me in the face and talk badly about any of the people in my life, then I have a problem, not them. It's like, for example, if you can look at me and talk badly about my son, then the problem is me. Because I have given you room to do that.
To talk
and
about,
so whether it's friendship or relationship or parenting or whatever, we create the space for people to treat the people in our lives the way they treat them.
Can you repeat it again?
If anybody can have the nerve to talk about any of the people in my life badly, then it's my fault, because it means I have given them room and space to say the things they can say. So as long as nobody can talk about your son badly to you in your face, it means nobody else should be able to talk about your boyfriend, your friends, anybody badly in your face. The moment that is done, you should question yourself as a person. Am I a good friend?
Why are
Am
they
I a good
telling you
partner?
this?
Why
Yeah.
why do they feel comfortable to tell me this? And that's why I'm saying the onus lie on this man to be the right person to correct all these. Like Rosie rightly said, he is the person who is supposed to bring them together and say all the right things. And in truth, when you truly want someone and you desperately want them in your life, nothing stops you from painting them in a way that everybody will fall in love with them.
Yeah.
Everybody will see how your soul lights up when their names are mentioned, when they are around and everything. And people will automatically share the love you have for them with them.
Yes.
Right.
So the man is not doing his
or
work.
because of the love they have for you,
Yes, they will extend
that
it
love
exactly to the
that you
person.
love.
So the man has a lot of work to do, but this girl also has a lot of communication to do with the man.
Right.
And it doesn't have to be at a sitting.
Yes.
It should be a process.
Exactly.
You can't wake up one day and tell your mom all the good things about your girlfriend.
Yes.
You should be conscious about
How you do
projecting
it.
her.
Yes.
Oh, today I'm in a house. She's cooking this for me. Oh, do you know I'ma pick me up from work
Yes.
today?
Yes.
And you kind of indirectly fix them, get them fixated.
You always use a man. I'm a paper.
But-
Why should be? Why
Yes.
should be your driver?
But when-
You should buy your driver.
But when
used to it.
But when all that is done and this man doesn't change, please run away.
Yes.
Please run away.
Yeah.
Because
Fine.
look, like she rightly
Better
said, in as much as you should work on things, you should also be ready to walk away from things that are not serving you. Because mental health can easily be broken. Easily.
Right. Okay, sisters, I've heard everything that was said, but I want to say a very big thank you to each and every one of you for actually contributing to these stories,
Thank
because it's
you.
actually
Thank
important
you
that we
for
talk
having
about
us.
them. There are other people that might be affected or in the same situation but can't send their letters, but this is actually a point of contact for them. So thank you so much.
You're
Thank
welcome
you.
so